Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at headlines from our city, state, and country, and we bring them to the table along with your comments, questions, ideas, and suggestions. We combine all this information so that we can better enjoy ourselves as a community of English-speaking locals living here in Puerto Vallarta, which also includes a great community of folks that are getting ready to come back for the season, some friends that are getting ready to move here, other friends that are considering a move. One way or another, if Puerto Vallarta is a place that is close to your heart, we hope that there's something here for you. It is a pleasure to see you today. Today is October 5th. It's a very special day for me. It's my late mother's birthday. So I'm thinking about my late mom today. Well, I think about her pretty often, pretty much every day, because I stumble upon her photograph early on in the day when I get out of bed. But here we are. Today we have, before I forget, because this is kind of silly, but might as well get silly early on in the broadcast. You've heard this before.
¿Qué es eso? No entiendo.
That is our beloved Gina Hendricks, who sent me an expression in Spanish some time ago, and then she said, by saying, "What is that? I don't understand it." That was her way of saying, "Can you help me translate that?" And I held on to the sound, and we play it every time you say something that doesn't make sense to me.
¿Qué es eso? No entiendo.
And funny enough, somebody reached out to Gina the other day and asked her, "Are you offended because Paco does that?" And Gina said, "No, I'm totally amused." Well, yesterday I was chatting with someone dear to my heart and dear to the cluster, and I typed something in the chat. It was a group chat among friends, and this particular friend of mine didn't understand what I was saying, so he came up with his own version.
¿Qué pasa? No entiendo.
So it is spreading, apparently, and that, of course, was Claude. Claude, I love you. That gives you 2 scores for Coffee and Headlines, because Claude is, of course, our in-house Woot Woot.
Woot woot! Almost done.
So there you have it. I will continue to collect little nuggets from you guys whenever I can. Anyhow, as always, we welcome everybody to the broadcast, whether we entiendo or we don't entiendo. We want to welcome anyone that is watching live for the first time. If that is you, feel free. Oh, and we see a happy birthday. Happy birthday to JC's wife. Anyhow, as I was saying, if you are new to the broadcast, write the word new. We'll give you a nice little welcome. If you have something really important to share, or a birthday, or a something, please add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment, and that way we will be so very happy to feature it. That said, let us jump over to the news. which includes or starts with an interesting note about President Lopez Obrador, who once again skirted this business of the Federación Bridge. And if he's skirting it at this stage of the game, it means it's not going to happen during his presidential period. As it turns out, local journalist and radio personality Susana Carreño attended a recent press conference by Lopez Obrador in Mexico City, and in her traditional let's cut to the chase style, she asked the president point blank what is going on with the Federation Bridge, a very much needed project in Puerto Vallarta for which there is no budget. And of course, President Lopez Obrador skirted the question and quickly shifted the conversation to the highways in the region, which not only include the Guadalajara highway, but also the highway connecting with Tepic, where the international airport expansion is approaching completion. And for folks wondering what is left to be done in the Guadalajara highway, I believe we had a question about this just a few days ago. There is still a stretch from Las Varas to Compostela and one from Bucerías to Puerto Vallarta that needs to be completed. The article that I'm referencing here has the audacity, and I do think it's an audacity, to state that the trip from Puerto Vallarta to Guadalajara will be only 2.5 hours long. I'll personally believe that when I see it. And south of Puerto Vallarta, the first stretch of the upcoming Tomatlan Airport is finished with the completion of the landing strip, which is actually capable of welcoming or is long enough for commercial airline to land. A terminal building is the next step in this project, which is expected to be completed by mid-2024, allowing for tourists to fly directly to the Costa Alegre region south of Puerto Vallarta by way of charter or private flights at the beginning, and perhaps some commercial flights later on as well. And Banderas News reminds us, I see Claude commenting in the background. Banderas News reminds us that the El Salado Estuary is open for visits. The estuary, as you know, is a protected natural area in the heart of the Puerto Vallarta hotel zone, not far from Walmart and the Maritime Terminal. And it has gone through an extensive renovation that resulted in new trails, a redesigned entrance, a research facility, and much more. The article includes information on how to get in touch with the El Salado Estuary in case you want to book a visit. And now let's take a quick look at the local weather forecast to see what's the latest. Haha, snarky weatherman says rain. Yo, rain is coming. Rain starting at around 13:15, which would be 1:15. I'm not so sure about that, but I can see that we are now enjoying 29 degrees. Humidity is lower than yesterday, only 68%. And our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 84. Our weather forecast for today says that we're going to enjoy mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 49%, a high of 32, and a low of 25. Tomorrow, Friday, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 54%, a high of 32, and a low of 25. And Saturday, we will enjoy rain in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 81%, a high of 31, and a low of 25. Before I forget, I have to sneak in a little something, and that would be the fact that I was invited to attend the opening of a brand new restaurant in Colonia Emiliano Zapata that is going to take place today. It is by invitation only, but I'm going to bring my camera and I'll have some really good news to share about this restaurant by tomorrow or Saturday at the latest. Moving right along, I kind of cringed a couple of days ago when I saw a local restaurant promoting a Christmas Eve dinner on Facebook. This early in the game, almost 3 months ahead of time. And we had, and I've, people have told me that, some of the Christmas chingaderas are already on display at supermarkets and the big stores. I haven't been out to the big stores in a while. Um, and just a few days ago, we also reported of the Day of the Dead frenzy, which seems to be a little bit ahead of time or starting earlier than usual. So apparently, bakers are also looking to jump in on the bandwagon, and a chef from the state of Morelos is claiming that the conchatrina, which is a traditional concha with Day of the Dead decoration, is his invention. Now, whether this is true or not is not really relevant to us. What is likely to happen is that we'll start seeing these creations at local bakeries any day now. Of course, the concha is a traditional Mexican sweet roll that gets its name from its round shape and the striped seashell-like appearance. It consists of two parts, a sweetened bread roll and the crunchy topping. These are commonly found all throughout Mexico. And more lately, we see that conchas are decorated in particular ways for specific occasions. So this whole thing about having a conchatrina shouldn't surprise us. In fact, in honor of our dear Logan and his continued recovery, and in order to stir the pot, I asked artificial intelligence this morning to produce an illustration of a Day of the Dead muffin. So there you have it. Wouldn't that be tasty as well? I sure would enjoy it quite a bit. The Marietas Islands have been a trending topic locally with the upcoming open water swim competition, but have you actually visited this natural sanctuary? It features this curious beach accessible by way of a tunnel through the water that some argue is a natural formation, while others claim that it is the result of a bombing experiment that took place in the past century. Regardless, it is a unique, one-of-a-kind place to visit, and this article from Tribuna de la Bahía offers a brief overview on the experience and how to get there. And speaking of experience, we are 1 week away from my very own experience through country music, from dusty trails to chart-topping tales. In this presentation that will take place a week from today at the Joint Co-working Hotel, I will be tackling the origin of country music and how the evolution of the United States western states led to the birth and the evolvement of this music genre that is so popular today. It should be a lot of fun. I hope you can join us. And of course, in a couple of days, this is just a reminder, Arte Vallarta Museo is having their traditional First Saturdays event, first Saturday of the month, which I am going to attend this year. I'm going with some friends, and this is a great opportunity to meet other locals, Mexican and immigrants that have art in common. And so you can find Mexicans, Americans, Canadians, other international folk, friends that have art in common, that are of different ages, and so forth and so on. So it is a great opportunity to make friends and meet new people. And with that said, let us, speaking of meeting new people and making friends, let's see what's on your mind as far as our chit-chat section is concerned. And I look at your good afternoons and your good mornings. It is lovely to read you. Toon toon toon. Good mornings all around. I am looking for capital letter Q's. May your mom continue to rest in heaven as she is watching down on all her loved ones. Oh, she's always around. She's always with me. Thank you for that, Ben. I appreciate that. Let's see what else we have. Ooh, my friend and our friend Michal is coming back. I can't wait. Let's see what else we have. Purum pum 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 pum. Is it going to be only national flights? I assume you are talking. I actually don't know what you're talking about, Angelicas, because we talked about two different landing strips today. We talked about Tepic and we talked about Costa Alegre. So I am going to premiere.
¿Qué pasa? No entiendo.
There you go. Let's see. Pum 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 pum. Let's see. A counter. 67 days until we arrive, and a few more days after that, we take possession of our new condo with El Salado in our front yard. Congratulations, Kathy, as your date nears. If you have any questions about what it's like to actually live here, let us know. Claude asks, are conchas and skull bread the same? The answer is no. Conchas are very traditional bread that you can have year-round, whereas the skull bread is only manufactured around Day of the Dead. Let's see what else we have. Angelica is referring to Tomatlán. Good heavens, Angelica, I have no idea. I mean, give the poor landing strip a break. They just finished completing it. There's not even an airport terminal, and you want to know if it's going to be for local or international flights? No clue. But if it's going to welcome chartered flights, I am sure that there are chartered flights that come from all over the world to Puerto Vallarta as I speak. When is the new airport in Puerto Vallarta scheduled to open? Asks Chris. I think it is this coming year. I actually don't remember. It's been a while since we've reported on the new airport. Last time we reported about the new airport, it had been shut down because it lacked some permits. So I have no idea what's going on with the local airport. Let us hope that it opens soon, as according to President Lopez Obrador, the current airport is now saturated, and apparently that is the case. I think we are done. I don't see any more cues, so I will gladly remind you of how wonderful it is that you are mindful of coffee and headlines when it's time to figure out how to support our project. Of course, you know that this is possible through memberships and also through the occasional coffee you choose to buy when you're feeling splendid. And I appreciate that very much. And this brings us to the end of the broadcast, of course. I hope you have a great Thursday. I'm looking forward to lunch with some dear friends. And then I have to write an article that is due today. And then I need to continue working on our content for tomorrow and Saturday. So I hope you have a great day, and I hope to connect with you sometime soon, maybe even tomorrow. Have a good one.